Hey my Chibis, it is me, Chibimaru, and it has been a while. It has been a minute, my friends, and I know I've been leaving you guys waiting for so long. I went to China and did a little bit of interning and shadowing at the clinic, so but now I'm back and I can do videos, and I've actually been working really hard on my team, and I know I've only put out a couple of videos so far, but actually I've really changed up my team, and I know you guys have thought that like, oh, my team is ERA, critical resistance, and it definitely is, but today I have switched my team. I've switched my goalkeeper, and I'd like you guys to take a look at my DARIN. Oh my gosh, right? Like, whoa, DARIN. Wait, are you using DARIN? Yes, I'm using DARIN, guys. And just before you guys know, like, I really don't have much experience with critical damage resistance goalkeepers. Like, I've used BT, Lucian, and Ire so far. So DARIN's my first critical damage resistance goalkeeper. And I know you guys are probably thinking, oh, well, then he's probably going to use like Hyungrand and Iolos, right? Well, no, I'm not actually, because I don't know, like, I just don't really want to use them. Like, I feel like they're like the obvious picks that you would use with DARIN or like any critical damage resistance goalkeeper. But I just really don't want to use that. And like, I just think that it'd be so much better to still go mono whirlwind. Okay, so there really aren't that many critical damage resistance mono whirlwind backline players. The reason why I say this is that Iolos is obviously like a pick that you can use on mono whirlwind, and she provides critical damage resistance, but I don't have her. And also, I think if I actually had her, I might actually not even use her, because like, she's a legendary, and I feel like not everyone has all these legendaries, and Hyungran is also like a really mainstream pick. So I feel like there has to be another way to work around this, and it may not be as efficient, but you know, that's what I'm gonna do. That can really help out. But I've taken into consideration some of DARIN's kit, and I think that, you know, he still doesn't have his extreme evolution, but he's got a lot of decreased damage going on. So why am I looking at this? Well, take a look here. So okay, so this is like his like bread and butter, like passive horn playing. It increases his critical damage resistance by 2.5% every time an ally makes an action. So initially I was like, oh yeah, like obviously I would want to make an action speed team so I could get a bunch of actions off and like get that critical damage resistance ASAP, right? Well, that didn't really work out because DARIN still doesn't have his EE, and he's not really tanky enough that like if the opponent did get to my backline and I had an action speed ace going without any like I don't know, like without enough decreased damage, like I feel like he just wouldn't really survive. So I've decided that that's out of the loop right now. We can't do that, and I'm not gonna use like Khaled. My Mayran is not built, so I don't really have that many options for an action speed ace anyway. Maybe in the future if he gets tankier I can switch to that and see that. But anyway, so look at here. He's got Boy's Determination, so it decreases the incoming damage by 40% for 3 minutes when cooperatively defending. So I know a lot of people are saying like, wow, like DARIN kind of sucks because he has to cooperatively defend to actually get it off. Well, actually he doesn't really suck, because if you think about it, if someone's penetrating to my backline and like they're on the sidelines, he will cooperatively defend no matter what, because like he will like go to the side and be like, oh hello, like are you gonna penetrate again? Well, that's still cooperatively defending. And also passers also like count as when you're cooperatively defending, because like if the enemy passer has to pass from the side, he's already cooperatively defended, and like even if the striker is in the midline. So basically he's probably gonna get it off. And then he also has Boldness, which increases the max HP by 20%, not that much, and also further reduces the incoming damage by 20%. And his active is also pretty good, where it decreases the incoming damage by 25% and increases penetration resistance. So the big problem with DARIN so far for me, from what I can tell after using him for a bit, is that his defense is low, his HP is okay, but he really doesn't have any healing other than my Spirit Stone, which is, I just got this stone recently, El Rapayon. I've never had one before. I feel like I'm like so cool now, like everyone has El Rapayon, but I have it now. Okay, but I know its stats aren't really that good on the side. Maybe I can do a reroll and see if I can get some like higher HP and defense, but for now we're just gonna let it slide. The rest of my stones are just, you know, Cycle of 1,000-Year-Old Tree and Surviving Abyss, 2 of them. And so, as you guys can see, I have a secret special player, Swimsuit QIYOU. So like, oh my gosh, I know you guys are thinking, who the heck would use Swimsuit QIYOU? Like, I see all these character forum things saying like, oh, like Swimsuit QIYOU kind of like sucks. Like her kit's not really that good. Like, mid-game player. But guys, there's a way to make Swimsuit QIYOU good. Okay, she's not actually that good. I don't know how to really make her like that amazing, but she's been doing okay, and she gives the affection chain for DARIN. And I don't really want to use Vivid Fear because once Super League comes back, I kind of want to be using Corral. So we're just gonna be using Swimsuit QIYOU, and these are my stones on her. I have a Steel, I have 2 Reflexes, and an Earth's Cry. And with Neurizel Ace, she can actually get pretty high decreased damage, like around like 60%. And that's really good, like with the Steel or attacker when being attacked or something like that. Anyway, but actually her kit is not that bad. The only problem is that she doesn't really have any like position buffs, but that's okay because we have Aslan. And okay, so let's take a look. So Whirlwind Arena, or Whirlwind Area 2, increases the action speed, attack power, and receiving pass effect by 35% with a pass. So I know a lot of people are thinking like, oh, this isn't that good because she actually has to pass, like it's not really in her AI, but she actually gets it off quite often if she gets a steal, and she actually gets the steal and brings it to the front line. And a lot of people say like, oh, well, like QIYOU sucks at stealing. My QIYOU's okay at stealing, okay? I think she's alright. And then we got Nature's Movement up in here, and it increases the attack power and max HP when attacked. So that's pretty good. I don't know why people are saying it's not good. Like, okay, it even accumulates up to 5 times, guys. 5 times. She can get 150% attack power, and let's do some math here. Like 75% max HP or something like that. I don't even know. Okay, next, we also got Dash of Planes, which increases the critical rate and action speed by 20%. So she's already gonna be really fast if she gets a pass off with the increase of 35% action speed, as well as further 20% action speed increase with Dash of Planes. So she would theoretically work pretty well with an action speed ace, but because our main goal is to keep DARIN alive, we're not gonna be using that action speed ace until we get a better ace, or I can build up a Maran and see how she fits in. But anyway, Leaf Magic 2 is actually pretty good. I don't have it fully maxed yet, but decreasing the reflexes and attack power by 70% of the target is actually pretty good. Like, I honestly think, I really think that Swimsuit QIYOU is solid. The rest of the team is basically self-explanatory except for Black Tortoise. So I literally put Black Tortoise on my team today because I was like, wait, her skill is kind of cool. Like, look at Reverse Cycle. It increases the attack power and decreases incoming damage by 20% of the allies within the position for 4 minutes when being attacked. I see some Black Tortoises nowadays still being as a goalkeeper, but I know that like Ire is definitely a lot better, I would say, right now in the current meta. But I really miss Black Tortoise so much. Like, I used to use her a lot, and I wanted a way to put her on my team again. But obviously, I needed a reason to put her on my team. I couldn't just, like, put her in as the back line, like, oh, okay, or put her in the mid line. Like, but actually, this is really good. So, if I get a further 20% decrease in incoming damage, DARIN's actually really tanky. And, I have these stones on her. I got the EBM going. I don't know why I have this here. I don't really know what else to put on here. Her dribble's not that high anyway, so now she can actually get kind of like a steal off. And we got Grandeur up in here, and I've taken off some of her old stones and I've made her kind of a co-op defense build, but it's only like 20%. I don't have a Mark of the Bond, but it's actually okay. The reason why I'm using Grandeur is not because like of the critical resistance ace burst, but actually because of this active, which further decreases inflicted damage on the team by 30%. So it's kind of like a K if you think about it. Like, I know Wanstem, you're probably watching this right now and you're like, oh, my K can get up to like 98 or 96% decrease incoming damage. But you know what? Like, Darin is doing okay. I think he got up to like 93% decrease in coming damage with the Nerizal Ace Burst, with the shooting into a BT and Darin's active off, as well as Grandor's active off. And I know you're thinking, guys, like, oh wait, that's kind of like really hard to get off, right? It's not that hard to get off. Like, I've actually been able to get it off a lot. And with Nerizal's Ace Burst, I've actually been able to have a very, very solid midline. And this is obviously for a 5-star league, so I don't know how much it would work against, like, you know, Corels and Dukes that can easily penetrate, and like a Shu or Jiho from the back line just coming down. But they've been really good. Like, Aslan, Xing, and Chio have been doing really good at keeping the ball in the midline, and this helps to get all the actions off. And also, Nerizal and Ernesto are actually already really fast, and Ernesto is actually really cool because he gets like 70% like decreased damage when people attack him, because this is a plus 40%, and then with the ace he gets like around 70%, so that's insane. Like, he's really not taking that much damage. He can keep the ball on the front line, and even Beatrice has Flight of the Dragon, which increases action speed. So basically it's not that hard to get Darin up all those stacks on the critical damage resistance, and he's been doing pretty good on the ladder. So I'm gonna let you guys take a look at some of the games right now. I hope you guys enjoy my new DARIN and SWIMSUIT QIYOU team. So I hope it's unique and you guys get to see something that you guys haven't seen before. So I hope you enjoy. And don't forget to subscribe, please subscribe. Hey Chibis, so for this formation, I decided I was going to use a BT Ace because I wanted more extra crit rate just in case the enemy had a lot of crit resistance in the backline. And we're actually using Lin Mei in the backline instead of Grandor because I think the heal is actually a lot better. And yeah, so hope you guys enjoy. Hey guys, so for this match, since it's like Krishna and they have a Vaidi level 70, I was really scared of how much crit resistance they would have, so I definitely wanted to be using my BT Ace again. And I actually choose to continue using Lin Mei throughout the other battles because I just feel like the heal has been quite helpful. And like I said, my team is far from complete and it really needs a lot more thinking, and I would be really grateful for any of you guys that put anything in the comments that could really help out.
知りたいよ